Greetings, Islam, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, and all the many words of peace throughout all the human family. I am Brother Fonte SL, and today we'll discuss, is the R. Kelly trial really a cover-up for something greater? I'll let some people fill the room. What we have here. Give me just a moment. Let's see what we have here. Thank you for coming out today. XRP Moonbags. Yeah, we're going to discuss how this R. Kelly trial, I feel, is a cover-up for something greater. All of a sudden, XRP is everywhere on the media. They're talking about it left and right. You see it on Fox Business News. You see it, you're starting to see it in mainstream. And all of a sudden, we got Mr. R. Kelly out of nowhere. Now, we know that they like to cover up things with a little dazzle. And they like to cover up some things with some scandal too. So you know, this is the perfect time. You know, this is they're always looking for their Jekyll Island, and nothing more than a Jekyll Island is a scandal. And this is a perfect scandal. It has everything. It has everything about it. Thanks for your time, brother. I appreciate you even saying that. I'm grateful to be here just to get the opportunity to speak. But yeah, I want everyone's opinion on this. We got Mr. R. Kelly out of nowhere, and it's very vital right up in here that legislation is put into place to do with the financial markets, because it's going to affect the entire globe. But we don't discuss further how innovation is being stifled and how the current world's reserve currency is holding the rest of the world hostage. We talk about R. Kelly. This is something big is getting ready to happen. At least I think it is. It says, hello, can I finally join a live stream? Time difference is lining up today. Yeah, everything's in alignment. What do you guys think about that? Out of nowhere, we got this huge scandal to cover up something. I think something big is happening in the financial markets. You know, we just had this this big event with China and this real estate company. I think that dominoes are getting ready to fall. But it's not going to be how people think it is. And I'm starting to look at things even further in a more different light. I always knew that there was two sides. There's two sides that are definitely fighting. There's an old world that likes lethargic nature. They like holding people hostage. They like fining people, though we know that fines and fees are futile. They still like imposing these things upon the people. And the old banking system is real upset at what is coming, this new level playing field. And it's certainly a level playing field. You know why? Because the people are celebrating more and more. I hear those magical words. Crypto has changed my life. This is that level playing field. But always a distraction. You know, they'll throw a distraction news here. You know, there used to be a HBO special cartoon that used to come on, Claymation show, called Crash Box. And they always talked about distraction news. And this is it. This is certainly distraction news. He's going to be the only one facing these kind of charges. Of course he is. Of course it is. They always put certain people on trial for a reason. This is a show. This is all a show, but it's to cover up something greater. It's to cover up something greater, because we're talking about metaphysical. Metaphysical. Whenever they do great change, they always run it through carbon first. This is metaphysical science. Don't think I'm not telling you the truth on a higher level of science. This is something big getting ready to happen. It's going to be in the financial markets. And I think that we all are holding the right bags. I know that we are. Hey, Tells, brother, don't forget we got to get together on something too, brother. And I got something for you too, man. Get in touch with me. I hadn't forgotten you at all. I was just waiting for your contact. Who else we got in here? So what do people think about this? Do you think that this is going to affect the financial markets in crypto? Because I think it is. Anyone have anything to say about that? Let's see what we got here. It says, always appreciative for your content. Hey, I appreciate being here. Thank you for being here. Is that the real deal? Wow. Thanks for being here, my brother. For real. Thank you. Damn, definitely. Your channel's amazing. El Bandito, thank you. What's up, people? Just got off of work. It says, tuned in from Texas, from Tejas. How's it going, brother? It says amazing content. I appreciate that. I think that we all need to be on our toes. We need to have our backs to the side. This is not financial advice, but we should have some bags to the side, for buying the dips. As Brother Tells would say, buy the dip. You don't know what's coming. We don't know what's coming, but we know something is coming because they got this shit show here. So something major is getting ready to happen, and I put money on it. They like to hide stuff. Last time they had a major event, they had this pandemic. They always have a little shows before they have this, and this is a big show right here. It says the 6-week trial in Brooklyn. And they got it in, they don't just have it any place. They got it over in New York, where capital markets are affected. The Empire State, where Wall Street started. Why would they have all this over there and those areas over there? There's a reason for the Empire State, for it to be affected and have all this going on. It says a 6-week trial in Brooklyn includes graphic and disturbing testimony about sexual abuse by one of America's best known musicians. And they stressed, they said, by America's best known musicians. Why did they use a musician? They used a musician metaphysically because he emits vibrational frequencies that change things in people. And they also used a brother because that's carbon. So when I say brother, I'm talking about it's all type of brother. I'm talking about a dark complected brother because of the melanation in the carbon. They always run things through these type of things metaphysically. That's why they're doing this. This is to do with finance, racketeering. This is to do with finance. So a financial change is getting ready to come. I put money on it, and it's going to be something big, and it's going to affect all of us. It says a lot of elites will face the same charges. This is just the beginning. Yes, of course it is. Yes, of course it is. Yes, of course it is. I think that things get ready to get a lot better for the people, and our energy is what's changing it. Because basically, I don't feel like when they're saying regulations, they're begging us to pay taxes and everything else. Now, I'm not saying I'm not paying taxes, but I'm just telling you that I feel from reading IRS documents, the majority of people aren't paying them. So the people must have had enough and they're starting to stand up. I'm not necessarily preaching that, but I'm just saying, from what I'm reading, this is the first time I've seen so-called .gov commercials on TV all the time. How many people are seeing .gov commercials? Are we in Russia? I'm starting to see .gov commercials. I usually don't watch TV, but I watch it during this time on purpose so I can see what, is being put into effect. And they're slipping some stuff in there. It says, this is not new with R. Kelly. He's well at the role of being targeted once. Of course. We love you, brother. I appreciate you as well. I appreciate this opportunity, but I just wanted us all to take the time just to pay attention to these exploits here and what's really going on. Now, we can even go into this even deeper metaphysically because this is a deep thing here. And everything puts into play. Everything puts into play, I don't necessarily go into that. I look at because they also put in the issue of race. Though I know that race affects people, though race is a fiction. There's only one race, which is the human race. But they'll point issues to that as well because we're talking about a financial race as well. Because remember, they speak in dualities. So we're talking about a financial race as well. And they're going to me, utilizing the vibrational frequencies of music. They always do. Music is a very hypnotic thing. Music reaches the masses. Like in the story of the Pied Piper. This is a powerful thing. In this particular instance, it reverberates to everyone. That's why they said by one of America's best known musicians. Why would they be willing to put the word next to what they claim to want to protect? They're putting it there because to me they're getting ready to hide something big. Are you familiar with a man by the name of George Sutton? I think I have heard of him, definitely. Please make it clear to me. Sometimes my mind might not get the image immediately, but a lot of times I've heard of these people. It says the Great Britain Black Swan event. Yeah. That certainly could be a black swan event right there. All day long. Fictitious all the way around. This is certainly a black swan event. Something large to cover up something even larger that affects us all numerically. It says, one of them says it's going to be biblical. It says one of them says it's going to be biblical. I could see that all day long. Definitely large. Biblical means definitely written. Biblio, the Bible actually is translated to biblioheliotech, meaning son book. Biblios, like book. And so definitely, this is definitely something to be written. This is going to be written about all day long. It's happening right in front of our face, certainly. It's certainly unfolding in front of our face. And it's on, no matter where you go, it's on every channel. Now, the financial markets are crashing around the globe. Shipping containers that would deliver food are scarce all over the planet. China's suffering problems with shipping containers. China ships goods all around the world. Shipping with ports and containers in ports are becoming thinner and thinner. Store shelves are becoming thin, but we want to talk about R. Kelly. How important is this? But we want to talk about R. Kelly. And everyone keeps on telling you they've been knowing that he's been doing this. So it couldn't have been that important to the people around him. But let's talk about it now during the time when store shelves are very thin. And we're definitely going to need some supply chain in order to find food. Quality food. Because most places are food deserts. I'm on live. Thank you. Most places are food deserts. It says the big factoring company went bankrupt. It said, look it up. It says they can pay many carriers, so food shortages will get worse. Of course. But we want to talk about R. Kelly. Something big's about to happen. I often suggest when you see stuff like this, always keep some supply of water. I know we talk about XRP, and XRP is something definitely for us to be able to trade, but we can't spend our XRP if you die of thirst. Make sure you have some clean water, some type of water filters, because I don't think people often think that way, but it's something that we need. Water filters. You need some canned goods, some dry goods of some kind, and make sure you have some type of bug out bag, something to protect your families. That's just being real. I don't care how much against certain things you are against protecting yourself. Man, learn to protect yourself because we're in some weird times here. The monetary system is totally changing. Yeah, good is coming to us, yes. And the level playing field is certainly here for us. But we still need to prepare ourselves because we still are dealing with a really wicked type of people that wish to cause injury upon all of us. On all of us. I don't care who we are, what's our national character and background. All of us have been affected by this pandemic. And many of us believe without question that certain things may have been, orchestrated or not. Certain patents might be had and found by those who wish to look. But, everyone here understands what I mean. It's up to us to protect ourselves and to look out for each other and to be around people with like mind. Definitely have some type of extra security and protection for your family and some backup food. I just want to also mention that because you never know. Because there will be a time when you go to the store and, some soldiers may turn you away. That's just, and tell you that there's no food here today. That's just real easy for them to do. Real easy. There will come a time when you'll go to the store and some soldiers will be there to turn you away and tell you there will be no food here today. Because I know that if I go to a neighboring so-called city, that, man, this is a food desert for real. Like no food. Definitely no quality food. You want some alcohol, it will be delivered to you in a timely manner. But if you want some nutrition, not going to happen. It says, go look at Zachary Hubbard. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I sure will. XLM was hacked, and 2 billion XLM were minted. I can believe that. I absolutely, like, don't get me wrong. That's an investment. I love Stellar. I just don't trust Jeb McCaleb. I just don't trust him at all. You know, I have questions about how often he's able to get away with things, and why some cryptos are not in my Stellar Foundation, what is it, Federation wallet. And how come when you exchange certain crypto in the Federation wallet, you know, sometimes it's almost like they just gave you what they wanted to give you. And who do you speak to about that? I just don't trust the layout of his wallets. Though I like XLM as an investment all day long. XLM back was 2019. Though I like XLM all day long. I'm not talking down on it. It's a great project. I'm going to invest heavily in it because, you know, like I said, it's its own blockchain. Let's see what we have here. We have the big factoring. So anyone else, man, tell me what you feel about this metaphysically to do with R. Kelly and how you think this is going to affect this crypto space, because it certainly is. Because, you know, they always do sleight of hand. This is certainly a magic show. You know, they're always using, you know, the spells on the people to render us spellbound. You know, these people are spell casters. You know, they cast spells in our direction all day long in the form of news, you know. You know, like, you know, Hollywood, you know, with the magic wand, the ebony shaft, and then the white tip is holly, you know, representing Hollywood, you know, and on the tip of it, bing, that magic of perception, you know, and this is certainly it. I'm not saying this person is guilty or not guilty. I'm just saying it's a brilliant distraction to cover up the current conditions of the world and something else that they wish to usher in. You know, they might even be using it to hide the fact that the SEC is just losing. Who knows? Who knows? It's something for us all to think about, but certainly know we should have ourselves prepared for this, because this is certainly a sign of something big. It says, greetings, Titan. Peace, brother. Peace to you all. It says, yes, spelling. It says, Druid Wood. Yes, definitely. Definitely. It says the elite. Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely. They want to definitely put the eye back on that capstone. It's time for us to put the eye back on that capstone so the people can wake up. Definitely. Black magic is real. Yes, of course it is. Magic is very real. It's just not how people thought it was. It's not Disney magic. It's not Disney magic. Magic is actually literal. You know, it's definitely what it is. It's definitely casting spells on people, rendering them spellbound, you know, with the foolishness. Where they don't know the difference between, you know, nice and foolish, but we know that the words are synonymous. Songbird. Songbird happened to be dropping too. All in the same time. And no one's really making a really big deal on it, you know. Songbird is, come on, think about it. Most people, you know, when I last checked, it was 33 cents. 33 cents? And most people, you know, most places are starting to make sure the people get it. Songbird is why is that? Why are these things being dropped at the same time? Remember, Songbird is like to test the waters. Something is coming. Songbird is, and then Rosie Rios, she says her little tweet today. Then we got Andre Casterman with XDC. You know, you got to mention all other crypto, because we're talking about interoperability. They're not going to just have one fly off the handle. They have to have them all working. So it's going to be interoperable. Where are Spark tokens? I think they're coming. I think it was easier to release the Songbird to make sure that there's no errors. You know, when you're dealing with migrations and different things, I don't think people are understanding that. You know, like when you're dealing with migrations, okay, like you buy let's use the ERC20 token for an example. And we'll show you the headache of it and make you look at it from the standpoint of Hugo Filion, who might be working on such a massive project. If you have an ERC20 token, most of us know that most ERC20 tokens are not going to stay on that blockchain. They're going to eventually migrate to their own blockchain. That way prices can be much cheaper, or they're going to be on some other blockchain that's much more efficient and cost effective. They're just were created on Ethereum, and thank you for that. Now, but when that token needs to be migrated, it can be a headache. It can be a headache to the person who purchased that token. You might have forgotten about it. You may not have known about it. Or the people who are doing the migration just might be dishonest. For instance, like I love DAG, but to me personally, I feel like DAG could have been a little bit different. It's not off topic. I'm gonna go back to the subject matter, but I feel like Constellation DAG could have been a little bit better with their migration. They say that they gave people enough time. How can you give your people enough time during the heart of a pandemic to migrate a token? You could have just done one per one. It's easy, one per one. If they bought one, you know that they have one. I think people pocketed a lot of crypto. But the migration itself is a headache. And I just want to mention that too. They'll use these migrations to steal your crypto. Like a First Blood. I had a token called First Blood. I literally had a token called First Blood. And it mooned something amazing. But then as soon as it mooned, they quickly migrated the token, and they knew they were going to migrate it, but they migrated it in a jurisdiction that they feel you wouldn't be able to get your token value in. And now you are not in that jurisdiction and you're locked out. No, that's just a way, I just want to bring that up for people to be aware of that with some ERC20 based tokens. It says only XRP. It says Miss DAG. Your DAG is your Constellation, on a migration. These migrations are hard, man. So when you're trying to migrate something, it's a difficult process. So when you're migrating, this can cause issues. And so it was probably easier for them to put out that Songbird token, which you wouldn't be so pissed off about if they put out their Flare and there was a bunch of errors. I feel like this is the testing ground, and this lets them know that everything is fine, and it landed just fine. And I feel that it's getting ready to move forward now. It says AGIX. I love AGIX. Their mainnet token migration was brilliant. Yes, it was brilliant, and all of them should have been that way. And I felt like if they weren't, either they didn't have the technical knowledge. Yeah, right. Come on, they're building on the blockchain, brilliant technologies. I think that a lot of people like to pocket a lot of crypto. And it just was easier for them to say, oh, you didn't migrate it, let's just pocket your crypto. Now, if anything, that's what certain agencies should have been taking control of to see that didn't happen. But instead, they attack the people because they really don't care about the people. They care about the corporations. Every coin will have a value in dollars, but the dollar will have value in XRP. Yes, sir. Yes, of course. Of course. You see ex-CIA men sitting at the table, at a round table, talking about XRP, like things will be valued in XRP. Of course, definitely. XRP certainly has a place here. We can see this case right in front of our face. We rose from what people claim was a shit coin. We always were in the media, to be totally honest with you. It just rose to the rest of the people to be able to recognize that we were really talking about something. It says, yes, Flare is a canary. Yes, of course. So if they put the canary out there, and it says canary, they put it out there in the mine to see if some gas is going to be in the mine to kill anyone off. If nothing's there, they know they can go in and start mining. So that's what I feel happened. I feel like it's getting ready to drop. Why would Rosie Rios tell you? She said something that I said. She said, she let you know that all other crypto are speculation, but XRP it's being used. That's why I said find the crypto and put a use to it. And I'm going to tell you another thing that I hear people talking about more and more. Like when I said about Ethereum, I said more than likely Ethereum is what they told you it was. It's a volatile something or another, gas or liquid that can escape and evaporate. I felt it all along was just created to just charge you gas fees. And now people are saying that it's what was being used to build on the Ethereum blockchain. I believe it all day long. I could easily see that. They told you what it was. It's an ether. That's a gas. Why would they tell you it's a gas, but it continued to hit you up with gas fees? They told you what it was. It's a volatile gas. It's an ether. Go look it up. It says stack your XRP. Yeah, stack your XRP all day long. Definitely. I definitely a strategy Could have been, as many nodes as possible and just use that, the funding of the nodes to build to build your bags up. That's a definite. It says, looking forward to the day I can walk into any store and ask how much XRP is that. Yeah, we got the XRP card here too as well. Mr. Greg Kidd. I don't see Greg Kidd working and losing projects. And he just happened to work where he used to work. Go look up at some of the places he used to work with regard to government. Think about what I'm saying. And look at all the people that are there now. Rosie Rios, she signs the note. I mean, she has a lot of power. That's a contract. If she's signing it, it's a contract. We talk about contracts all the time. Why is she signing it? Who is she? So she is contracting for the U.S. corporation. She is contracting for the U.S. corporation. And her job is to go out and find other forms of money as well. Come on, think about that. XRP Army. It says inflationary XLM will be for retail. XRP is going to be a store of value, taking Bitcoin's place all day long. Stake XRP. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yes, of course. XRP is just going to pay us continually. I look at a project that I've invested in called Fetch AI. And I originally invested in the mainnet. Now, the mainnet has since migrated across a token bridge to another wallet. I think it's a Cosmos Station wallet. And you could just see the future because you can see the now, how often, Fetch being near $1, how it just keeps milling out dollars. Clack, 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 clack. If it's in the red or not. So imagine, and that's staking. Staking is coming from a node. So what is a node going to provide? And XRP is built very much itself, I feel, from reading that every XRP token itself is like a node. I never heard anyone tell you that before, but I'm telling you that. I felt it was designed, every XRP token was designed itself like a node. If they deem XRP a security, doesn't it mean it will not go very high? No, not necessarily. And I feel if it's deemed a security, it could be even more valuable. Because it's going to be kept to just the greedy businessman. Because then, though I honestly feel all of this accredited investor stuff is going to go away. It has to. All of the old accreditor investor crap that people have to go to is going to go away. You know how I know that? Why all of a sudden is it the conversation? Why would they offer you a test to take in order to become an accredited investor? Why would they want to do that? Because the stakes are becoming high for them and they have to give up more. Because they know that on the outside is DeFi. And in DeFi also would include, crowdfunding, so many other projects that people can go invest in. And the youth don't really care about what they're talking about. The youth will just go around them. The youth will go around them. Let's be real. DeFi is a code word for offshore account. So if their own children are buying these accounts, they can't arrest everybody. They can't take from everybody, so they're going to have to decide to let a lot go because they don't have a choice. They're stuck in an old, antiquated system that's dinosaur-like and leaves everyone out, and that is not a level playing field. And now they're going to have to understand what it's like to be part of a level playing field because we are the ones that are winning. Most of us are investing in cryptos and we are winning. That's the beauty of it. It says security, XRP, maybe. No, I'm not even looking for it to be that. But if it is, we don't lose. We were already holding it. We were already holding it before it was even mentioned as being a law. They can't deal in what is called ex post facto. They can't make up the law as they go. And that's what they've been doing. That's called ex post facto. and they want to charge you and punish you for something they made up. And this isn't a Denzel movie. This isn't Time Cop, But and so we have a right to due process. It's something. It's definitely a club. Definitely a club. I won't say. Let's just make sure I make this clear. When you say Masonic, the word Masonic is not a bad word. And just because some people may use it as evil, that might just be the orders that they are a part of. Masonic just simply means mother and son. The connection that you have to this planet, to this earth, to your original mother, to womb man, who brought us here. What connection do you have to that? That's Masonic. That's Masonic order. That's on a whole nother level. Not something that's wicked to be used to hold down man. To hold down the greater good in people, that people may shine their light. Everyone should be allowed to illuminate. Everyone. It says, we are winning big in the end. Yes, of course. We're winning big now. They're really begging us. These are not as much threats as they are begging. Because if they were all powerful as they've been, they would have put the hammer down on everyone a long time ago. Period. If everyone decides to get up and walk in another direction and someone over here is screaming, you do what I tell you to do, they look like fools. I often tell people, if one man is drinking, he's an alcoholic. But if he's drinking with the crowd, it's a party. Or at least it can be said to be as such. Whether you drink or not, it's just the same. Who cares about it's about David Schwartz's smile? We will be smiling. Yeah, we're going to be extremely wealthy. They told you he's a $1 trillion man. They told you he was the $1 trillion man. How could he be listed with Forbes as a $1 trillion man? Wouldn't the $1 trillion man be next to multi-trillion-dollar projects? Wouldn't a $1 trillion man be associated with something of a higher value, even higher value than that? If he himself is a $1 trillion man, that means he's going to be getting a cut of something that's greater than himself. And last time I checked on, he was working on XRP, on the ledger. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that we're sitting our finance next to their finance. That's a definite. But I just wanted to sit down and talk to you a bit and bring this to thought to get everybody to thinking that whenever you see something like this, something big is getting ready to happen. And I feel that it's going to be big in the financial markets. And they're telling you. So it's up to us to read between the lines of the distraction news. Everyone should go look up that show. It's an HBO cartoon-like claymation show called Crash Box. And they'll always tell you about distraction news. And this certainly is it. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I don't want to spend too much of time here on you, but I did want to spend some time with you. Thank you, as always, for coming out. I hope I gave you something to think about. And hodl your XRP strong. And peace to all of the human family.